Hey, what's up everybody? Hammerheart Metal Reviews here once again, doing another brand new album review for you today. Today I am super excited to be talking about the brand new album by Nechochwen titled Kanawha Black. So this album just releases today, May 13th, 2022. Luckily for me, the stream of this album was released on Tuesday, May 10th, and I've been listening to basically nothing but this album for the last few days, and oh man, I am so impressed. If you haven't heard of these guys before, they play a very unique combination of like neo-folk, folk music with a little bit of black metal influence in there as well. It's all themed around like indigenous traditions and themes throughout the music. These guys are from West Virginia in the USA, and this is their fourth full-length album, but their first in 7 years. This is the follow-up to 2015's Heart of Akamon, which was absolutely amazing. That was easily in my top 5 albums from 2015. Just absolutely stellar stuff. This band started out as just a one-man band, but brought in another member, and so now for the last few releases they have been a two-man band. This album is 7 tracks. It's about 42 minutes long. So yeah, it's got a lot of different influences going on here. It's just truly a synthesis of neo-folk and black metal. There's a lot of like acoustic folk touches throughout this album, but even some elements of just like classic heavy metal with some of the guitar riffs and guitar melodies, and then a lot of melodic black metal in there as well with like the harsh vocals. But there's, at the same time, it balances it out with a lot of really excellent clean vocals as well, and it really all blends together perfectly. If you haven't heard them before, maybe some similar bands, if you're into stuff like Panopticon or Agalok, Falls of Rhoros, any of those kind of bands that maybe incorporate some of the like folk metal in with their black metal, this would be right up your alley, and these guys are one of the best at it for sure. So yeah, 7 years since the last album, but I can honestly say it was worth the wait. If it took them 7 years to create this masterpiece, all the better for it. This is an absolutely stellar album. So I will run through these tracks, give like a track-by-track analysis, give my overall thoughts on this as a whole, and then I'll score it out of 10 at the end. So the album kicks off with the title track, Kanawha Black. It's about a 6.5 minute song to start the album. And what an opener. It doesn't screw around with like some unnecessary intro or anything like that. It just starts immediately with this nice black metal riffing. And even though it's like one of the more aggressive songs on the album, it still retains this great sense of melody throughout the whole song, even throughout like the blast beats and the harsh vocals. But then after that, it really transitions into this really nice, clean sung chorus. It just sounds majestic. Like the clean vocals on here are so excellent. There's lots of tempo changes throughout this song. It's just really engaging, takes you a lot of different directions. And the riffs are really on display here, like absolutely great guitar playing. And this is a song where you can kind of see that like classic heavy metal influence on the riff stylings as well. It doesn't just sound like pure black metal. Like even calling this black metal I think is a little bit of a loose term here, but there's definitely black metal influences in there, but there's so much going on with classic heavy metal influences and still some folk in there as well. Definitely a standout track on the album. Great way to kick it off. The second song after that is titled The Murky Deep, and this goes in a completely different direction. Starts with this really beautiful like clean picked acoustic part to open the song. It just really shows like that this part of the sound is like a huge part of this album sound and of the band's sound as well. Like it's a perfect example of the duality in their style of music, that they can go from something that's so soft and peaceful like this acoustic opening, but still retain that metal edge to it as well. Like this song does get heavier a couple minutes in. There's this really awesome part with like the double kicks on the drum and some clean singing at the same time. It's just gorgeous. And then there's some harsh vocals sprinkled in there as well. All in all, really solid song. Interesting way to follow up the first track for sure, but it flows seamlessly, and yeah, really solid stuff here. After that, the third song, I Can Die But Once. This one's about 6 minutes long. Another one that starts with these like really folky guitars and almost like whispering vocals, but then once again, really nice clean vocals come in. This is definitely more on the folky side. It's like, if you just close your eyes while you're listening to this, you'll envision that you're just like sitting with friends around a campfire, reminiscing. It's almost got like a 70s folk rock vibe to it, but it's got so much melody in this song. I absolutely love this style of music. And it's even got a really nice solo in there as well. Like, so if you're looking for just something that's pure black metal, this is not going to be for you. This is definitely more on the folky side. But me personally, I absolutely love blackened folk metal, any kind of combination of that. And this is right up my alley. I adore this song. One of the standouts on the album for sure. And yeah, it just suits it so perfectly. Absolutely stellar song. After that, the fourth song, the middle track on the album, is the shortest song on the album, called A Cure for the Winter. So this one is definitely a slower pace than most of the other songs. It's got some like lower, like growling vocals with some backing chants in places as well. Almost got like a doomy vibe to it. In my opinion, this one almost serves as just like a transition from the first half of the album to the second half, where there was a couple more folkier songs, and then we're going to get into some more aggressive songs right away. So it's really nice transition. Like, it is only just over 3 minutes long, so it's not necessarily a standout track, but it serves its purpose well, and it just adds to the flow of this album perfectly to transition from the folkier I Can Die But Once into the next song after this, which is another absolutely standout track here, Visions, Dreams, and Signs. This one is about 7.5 minutes long. Another one that starts immediately with these really awesome riffs, and then those riffs are just gonna steal your attention right away. Like, you are just gonna be like, whoa, okay, I gotta listen to this. This is awesome. This is just absolutely epic song. Obviously on the longer side of things with being over 7 minutes long. Another one that goes many different directions. Got like these fast blasting black metal sections with like black metal riffing, but then it's got these really nice acoustic interludes interspersed in there as well. And once again, just retaining so much melody throughout all of these different sections. Easily one of the standout tracks on the album. Absolutely awesome stuff here. And after that, the sixth song is called Generations of War. Once again, just absolutely love the riffs in this song. It's got more of a folky style opening, but then it gets aggressive and very heavy, and it's got this really nice folky part like throughout with, I'm not exactly sure what instrument it is, some type of flute is my assumption, but just really adds this really nice like folky flair to it, and it just really suits it so well. Definitely one of the heavier tracks on the album, but once again, adding so much melody and with that little bit of folk instrumentation in there, just fucking love it. And then that goes into the closing track, which is easily one of the standouts as well. The longest track on the album, Across the Divide. So this one is about 8 minutes long and just absolutely epic way to close this album off. It's got this like hypnotic, really beautiful acoustic opening to the song. And then the drumming and clean vocals come in and just transitions like smoothly, so smoothly into this faster section with harsh vocals, but then it switches to clean vocals again, kind of goes back and forth. There's really great guitar playing and soloing on display in this song. It's truly just an epic journey, going so many different places. Really awesome stuff. I really applaud these guys for putting together such a great song and such a great album. So, my thoughts on this as a whole. I feel like the songs flow seamlessly, going from like furious black metal to these slower melodic acoustic passages with so much ease. They just make it seem effortless, and it just works so well. The production on here is really on point. That was maybe like the only knock on their previous album, Heart of Akamon, is that the production wasn't necessarily as good as it could have been. I still absolutely love that album, and I love the rawer approach. But here it is stepped up a little bit. The production is amped up, and it really suits it. It sounds a little bit cleaner, and I like that a lot here. There's such great variation from song to song, and even within the songs, and really gives this album a unique touch to it. There might be some somewhat similar bands, but Nechochwen is really doing their own thing with this type of folky black metal. The songwriting's really on display, the performances are super tight, and the overall enjoyability is off the charts here. I absolutely love this album. So the cons, I don't really have anything negative to say about this. I'd usually try to throw something in there to show I'm not completely biased, but I don't know. I don't really have any negative things to say about this at all. I absolutely love it. So yeah, the whole album is absolutely amazing. If I had to pick favorite songs, I'd go with the title track, I Can Die But Once, Visions, Dreams, and Signs, and Across the Divide. I know that's more than half the album, but like I said, this whole album front to back, absolutely stellar, just thoroughly engaging throughout. Definitely one of the best like crafted albums, in terms of songwriting that I have heard this year for sure. And once again, I just absolutely love these combinations of like black metal, traditional heavy metal with so much folk metal and neo-folk influences. They really just hit this one out of the park. Really solid stuff. So to score this out of 10 now, if you've watched my channel before, you know if I rate anything over 8, that is very solid, that I strongly recommend. Anything over 9 is few and far between, and those are absolutely stellar things that I think like will stand the test of time and that you absolutely need to listen to. So the question is this going to reach above 8, and is it going to reach above 9? It is surely reaching over 8, hands down, no question about it. And is it going to reach 9? Yes, yes it is. I'm scoring this very positively with 9 out of 10. So to tell you how strongly this album is making an impression on me, this is only the second album of all of 2022 that I've scored at least 9 or higher out of 10 on. So I don't score too many albums this high. That's how much I think this album rules and how much I think you should go check it out, because it is just absolutely amazing. I'm still floored by it. I am going to be listening to the shit out of this for the rest of the year and probably for the rest of my life. So if you have not heard Nechochwen before, definitely give this new album a listen and go back and listen to their old stuff too. Heart of Akamon is absolutely stellar. This one might be even better. Only time will tell. But yeah, please do yourself a favor and check this album out. Give these guys some love. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. And until next time, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Hammer Heart Metal Reviews out.